Alright peeps, welcome back. This is episode number 24 of Christian Michael's Figure Review. The beard is gone and I'm ready. Hope you are too, because we got two figures in one. That's right, we are going to be reviewing WWE Legends 2-pack Series 1, Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. Let's get a nice close-up of the artwork of Sheik, close-up of the artwork of Volkoff. There you can see the WWE Legends logo. This was sold exclusively at Toys R Us, but you can still get them at WrestlingFigures.com for a very fair price if you ask me, compared to what regular just one Elite figure goes for. You get two for about the same price, so that's pretty good. Alright, so there you can see. Let me get a nice shot for you there if you want to pause it and read the bio. Here you can see the artwork of Sheik and Volkoff together, the Bushwhackers, Roddy Piper and Cowboy Bob, and Sheik and Volkoff were the other figures in the set. I'm a big Iron Sheik fan. I don't really know why, because usually I'm very geared towards USA, as you can see back there, the Rocky 4 poster. I love anything that's kind of like affiliated with yeah, I do love anything affiliated with Rocky, but like USA, that's why Rocky 4 is my favorite movie, because it's got the whole USA versus USSR Cold War thing going on. But I just love the Iron Sheik. I did meet him once when I was like 14 or 15 years old, when I was down in Wildwood. He was doing an indie show on the boardwalk, and he was greeting people or whatever, so it was pretty cool meeting him. So that's why I guess I always since then I've always been a pretty good fan of his. He's funny as hell too. If you follow him on Twitter or ever seen him on the Howard Stern show, the guy's a pretty funny character. Nikolai Volkoff was always one of, even predating me meeting Sheik. I always liked Nikolai Volkoff. He was one of my favorite jobbers in WWF. Like, you go back and I watch like Saturday Night Main Events from the 80s and early 90s, and you're like, oh, it's like Hulk Hogan versus Nikolai Volkoff, and you're like, Nikolai Volkoff has no chance of winning this match, but you still want to see it because he's just a guy that, for whatever reason, you have fond memories of watching in the ring. He was a very basic wrestler, a lot of kicks, punches, stomps. He was a big brute of a Russian that, he was a heel for the time, like I said, during the Cold War era. So I always liked watching him. He was one of my favorite. He didn't really win a lot of singles matches, so I'd classify him as a jobber, but he was always one of my favorite jobbers to watch. That's why, if I can get a Coliseum home video and it says Nikolai Volkoff on it, that's like a check mark on it. Yeah, that's a match that I would want to see on that tape. So let's get these guys open. Enough of me talking. Now, if you've seen other reviews for this 2-pack, it states that Sheik's got 2 left legs. So let's check that out here. Take his robe. There you can see he's got the white robe and the short trunks. And it would seem, as he's fallen twice now, that this Iron Sheik does in fact, yes, as you can see how goddamn close they are together, this Iron Sheik does in fact have 2 left legs. So it's going to take some maneuvering around to get him to stand up, and I did get him to stand up, but there he is. If it wasn't for the fact that they completely fucked this up and put 2 left legs on this figure, this would be a really cool figure. Great likeness of the Sheik there. Big barrel-chested guy. He's got the camel on his tights there. Camel on the blue side of his boots. The Iranian sword there on the red side of his boots. So they really, they screwed the pooch on this one. There he goes again. Sheik also comes with his headdress, which I think he looks great in. Let me go grab the Legend Series sheet where he was just single carded by himself. Here you can see he came with the headdress. This is the look that I'm most fond of the Sheik in, with the Iran down the side. It's kind of like he's wearing, you know, cut off blue jeans. This one they didn't fuck up because he's got the right amount of legs, so he stands. As well, you can't see it. So we'll compare the two figures side by side. I think they're both great Sheik figures. This is like the look that he had at WrestleMania 1. And this is the look that he had when he was WWF champion. So these are, I mean, if you're an Iron Sheik fan, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, because the guy's awesome. These are both great figures to own. But they, you know, I really hate the fact that they would do this. I mean, like, such an oversight that you would put two left legs on the figure. But he's standing up now, so, you know, we'll make it work in the display. He's got this white coat. This Sheik, I believe, came with a red coat. I don't really like to display him with the coats, but the headdresses, I think, they make them are really nice on him. So I'll display them with the headdresses, but the coat in the accessory pile. Here we go now with Nikolai Volkoff. There you see the mean, nasty, angry Russian face. He's like, "Oh, I'm coming for you." USSR jacket. Jacket stays on with Velcro there. Pretty much basic tights. He's got a blue stripe down the side of his tights on the side there. He's got like maroonish colored boots with the tube socks. Gotta love the tube socks. Such a staple of wrestling in the 80s. So, in today's challenge match on Christian Michaels Figure Review is Nikolai Volkoff versus Rocky Balboa. Oh! No contest. Rocky wins. Yeah, there we go. On my shoulder, Rock. There we go. So, anyway, Nikolai came with his Russian hat that Rocky knocked off of him. So to sum it up, I mean, if you're a fan of wrestling in the 80s and you remember watching these guys actually team up together, which I think by WrestleMania 5, when I really started watching and paying attention to wrestling, they weren't teaming together, because I think he was in the Bolsheviks already, or close to it, and Sheik was pretty much done in WWF. But I still remember watching them wrestle, and, you know, through tapes or whatever. So, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. WrestleMania 1 wasn't really known for great wrestling action. It was just the spectacle of it all and everything that was going on. But these two had a pretty good match with Wyndham and Rotunda over the tag team titles. So you might want to check that out if you wanted to see how awesome they were back in the day. So if you're about my age and you collect figures, you know, go to WrestlingFigures.com. Get these two guys. Just, you know, deal with the fact that he's got two fucking left legs. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up. And episode 25 is coming up next. And we are going to review... I don't even know why I waste time telling you what I'm going to review in the next video. Because I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head, and I can never really do it. So, you know, I'll go through the pile. I'll probably pick out an Elite. I want to get some Elite open. Might do... I'm trying to avoid doing doubles of figures until I reviewed all the guys that I have singles of, and then go back and review guys that doubles of. Like, do another Randy Savage video, do another Warrior video, do another CM Punk video, do another Austin video. But we'll see. You know, those are the figures I really want to get open, but I want to, like, have a little bit more variety before, like, oh god, he's done 25 episodes, he's reviewed 7 Randy Savage figures. It can get a little repetitive, so I'm going to try to come up with something original, and then before we get to guys that have other figures that I've reviewed already. So that'll wrap it up. Thanks for joining me. It's hot as hell outside today, so I'm going to chill out by the air conditioning and then go to the gym, which is also air conditioning. So I'm not going to be a total couch potato today. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.